Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, I wanted to come to you really quickly this morning with something I just read. I just read about a gentleman named Roger Bannister. And before I get into his story, I want to go through and let you know that leaders set the pace. Leaders set the pace. So if you want your team to go through and actually be a high achieving team, leaders set the pace. So regardless if you're an entrepreneur, manager, leader of a family, whatever your level of leadership, you will set the pace for your organization or your family. So you must set the pace. But I read about this gentleman this morning. His name is Roger Bannister. For those that have not heard his story is, and back in 1954, he was credited with running a 4 minute mile, and that was unheard of before then. A 4 minute mile, that's crazy even to today's standards. But what happened was he ran it, he pushed himself, he actually achieved that. He was the first one on record to actually run a 4 minute mile. And after he ran it, others came after him and ran and ran and ran and ran that 4 minute mile. I don't know if y'all caught that. Others came after him and ran the 4 minute mile. So what I'm saying is leaders set the pace. After he ran it, others came after him and ran the 4 minute mile. So after you go through and run your 4 minute mile, regardless of what it is, regardless if it's raising a successful family or starting a business or being in management or just being whatever you're called to go through and do, you have to go through and identify your 4 minute mile. And you have to run that 4 minute mile because others behind you will continue to go through and actually achieve based off of your achievements. So you have to show that it's possible. It's possible to run that 4 minute mile. And I guarantee once you go through and set the pace, you'd be amazed on those that are watching you that will come past you or come around you and actually start achieving the same things. And what great testimony then to see others achieve as well. So again, on this morning, I want you to realize that you're called to go through and set the pace. You're called to run your 4 minute mile. Will you be running?